I've, always kind of had this idea of finding a better way to connect with my audience. I looked at what was out there, what was a good way of connecting with my audience, and it seemed like podcasting was a great way to go. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Creatively Brief YouTube channel. If you found this channel through the podcast or through social media, thank you for being here, and I appreciate seeing you again. And if this is your first time seeing anything about Creatively Brief, then welcome to the channel and welcome to Creatively Brief. I appreciate all of you being here, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about what exactly Creatively Brief is and what you can expect from this YouTube channel, as well as how you can get plugged in to everything else that Creatively Brief has to offer. So before we jump too deep into what Creatively Brief is, I want to talk a little bit about who I am. I'm a freelance graphic designer, videographer, and podcaster located in Orlando, Florida, and I've been working freelance for about 4 to 5 years now. I've, always kind of had this idea of finding a better way to connect with my audience. I had built up this audience on social media, and I was sharing my design work, and people seemed to be interested in the design work, and I was trying to make these captions on Instagram that were sort of micro blogs and just different ways to connect with the audience that I had built, but it just didn't really feel like it was getting as much traction as I wanted. So I looked at what was out there, what was a good way of connecting with my audience, and it seemed like podcasting was a great way to go. So I started the Creatively Brief podcast, and starting a podcast was something that I had wanted to do for a really long time already. It wasn't something that was new, but when I finally launched Creatively Brief, I wanted it to really just be a podcast that was for creatives and by creatives. So I wanted it to be information that would be relevant to creatives that are actively working in the field, and I wanted it to be from other creatives that are working in the field. And I want this YouTube channel to be the exact same. I want it to be covering content that you guys want to see, covering content that other people aren't covering. So you found your way to the YouTube channel, and now you're here and you're watching the very first video ever. But you might be wondering, why did I start Creatively Brief? What was the point of this? Like I said, a big part of it was wanting a better way to connect with my audience on a more real and genuine level, a way to show them a little bit more into who I am, what I'm interested in outside of design, and just give them a better sense of who I am as an individual. So first and foremost, Creatively Brief is a podcast, but it's also a place for me to share what it is that I've learned, share what I know. But I think that this is a great visual medium, and it's something that would be a really awesome opportunity to bring different types of content to you. So I hope to do that with Creatively Brief in this YouTube channel. It's also a place for me to learn. So like I said, I've been working freelance for about 4 to 5 years now, and I'm brand new to podcasting, I'm brand new to YouTube, and so this is an opportunity for me to hopefully, learn a lot along the way. One thing that I found so interesting in the podcast was how much I was learning. So I didn't really start the podcast with the intention of learning, but the more I got into it, and I'm at the moment, I'm 21 episodes in, and the amount of information that I have learned from people that are out working in the industry is just insane. So it really has turned into not only an opportunity for me to share what I know, but really just a chance for me to learn from other creatives that have these unique insights and these unique perspectives on things. But at the end of the day, like I said, I want this channel and the podcast and all extensions of Creatively Brief to be for you. I want it to be covering the content you want. So one of the big things that, I have found so far is that the more I can engage with you guys, the more I can bring content that's actually relevant to you. So I encourage you, if you have anything that you want covered either on the YouTube channel, on the podcast, wherever you want to see the content, if you just drop me a comment, send me a DM, reach out and let me know what it is that you want covered. So what can you expect from the Creatively Brief YouTube channel? On this channel, I really want to cover graphic design, videography, social media marketing, and the business side of design and the business side of being a creative. I just really want this to cover any area of creativity that it can. So now that you know a little bit more about who I am, what Creatively Brief is, and what you can expect from this YouTube channel, how can you get plugged in? Creatively Brief is currently on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and now on YouTube. And you can also find the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Hit us up with a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. You can find us on all social media platforms at Creatively Brief. I'm also going to drop links down below for all of the social media platforms you can find us on and the podcast link. And I just want to say a huge thank you again to everyone who's made Creatively Brief possible. I'm looking forward to everything this YouTube channel is going to bring to everyone. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to start pumping out content for you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the very first episode of Creatively Brief here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and drop me a comment letting me know what you want covered in the next episode. I'll be back with another video very soon, but until then, have a great week everyone. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.